I started out and I actually failed photography in high school.
Take that, teacher!
Oh, I know. You get beaten down to the point where when you do get back up, you feel like you will never let anybody treat you that way. But I used to model, so actually it was really, really easy for me because I know what it's like to be on the other side of the camera. Okay. Wow. All right. I was not expecting that.
Okay.
My goodness.
CEOInMotion. 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 CEOInMotion.
This is a great setup.
Yeah, well, thank you.
I love
This
it.
is the CEO-InMotion podcast, and welcome, Ashlee.
Thank you. Thank
There
you
we
for
go.
having me.
Oh, I'm super excited.
Yeah,
so,
me too.
Hold on, I took some. That's a Cybertruck. Have you seen a Cybertruck?
I have.
That's
I
pretty
haven't
bad.
seen it in person.
That's
I've
pretty
seen
bad.
it like cut off like carrots and
Oh,
cucumbers
okay.
and
We're like the back of the door?
Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
So this
Does
is
yours
very
not
cool.
have the feature?
No, it doesn't cut like carrots and
And
things like that.
cucumbers?
Yeah. So I am super excited to
Me
have
too.
you. We just met like a month ago.
Yeah, a few weeks ago.
I was picking up somebody to do a podcast here.
Amy.
Amy.
Yes.
And she turns out to be your friend.
Yes.
Which, by the way, her episode just launched
Oh,
last
amazing.
week.
I'll have to go watch
So yeah, and that's really where we met. You were taking pictures, and I was taking pictures, and then I saw the work that you do. So let's start there.
Okay.
Introduce yourself. What's your handle?
it. Sure. Hi guys, I'm Ashlee Krutzfeldt. I am AJK Photography. I have been doing photography for 12 years now. Long time, but just recently moved to Las Vegas. I'm originally from Canada. Canadians. But
That's why you're so nice.
right? It's like instilled in me. I get that a lot. They're like, you're not from here. You do not quite mesh.
Don't
in."
ever change, by the way.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, just being nice and that kind
Yes,
of aura that you have
right?
and that smile, like that's
Yeah.
super great.
Yeah.
You're being
thank
very
you.
humble because you've been featured in like magazines. I mean, you essentially have photographed some of the most famous people in the world. So, and the way I saw, like, we met, we exchanged numbers or
Yeah.
Instagram handles and whatnot.
Yes.
And then the next week I seen like you're shooting like Carmen Electra, and I was like, wait, is this you?
Is this really you? This
And then
is the girl?
you were so nonchalant. She's like, yeah. And I was like, oh my god, this is incredible. And then I started scrolling more down your feed, and I was like, oh my god, like.
I really try to not boast myself. It's one of
I'm
those
gonna do it for you, guys.
yeah.
Ashley, her skill, her photography. This
Thank
is
you.
you're so good. This is probably why you're
Thank
so
you.
demanded by the most beautiful women. Like, do people tell you like you have the best job in the world?
I do. I have like a list like hundreds of pages long to be like an assistant or an oil boy.
Oh yeah. Wait,
Yeah.
I said it as a joke. Do you remember?
Yeah, right?
You did
I'm
say
like,
you would
"You're on the
hire me.
list."
You did say you'd hire me.
Yes, definitely.
And I'm gonna put a picture of that because she was taking a picture, and I took a picture.
you did a great job, by the
I
way.
took a picture of you taking the picture, and
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, what do you think?"
It's like,
And as a joke, I just said, I can be your assistant,
yes,
Maybe I meant it,
putting it out
Yeah,
into
just
there.
like bump me up to the
Yes.
top of that 300 people wait list.
Yes.
Very, very cool. So
you.
this podcast is about the journey of how people get to where they are.
Right.
I have no idea how you started. Like 12 years ago, you say it's a long time, but it doesn't seem a long time to get to
Yeah.
where you are. Like, what an amazing... There's people probably with a camera for 20, 30 years that never make it to 1% of the opportunities that you've been given.
It's a lot of hard work. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
Like I have busted my butt over and over. I started out and I actually failed photography in high school.
Take that, teacher!
Oh, I know.
Wait, so you actually took a class in photography?
I did. So I had to
So
take
you always
like
had interest for the camera?
I didn't. It was never even on my radar. I had no clue that this was even going to be my path or anything.
Oh my
And
God.
I failed photography, and a girlfriend of mine wanted to save money on her wedding. And she was like, hey, if I buy an expensive camera, can you take pictures of it? And I was like, of my wedding. And I'm like, okay, but
I failed photography.
failed photography, but sure, okay, no guarantees, no, like, it might be horrible.
This is the most important day of her life, and
I
she
know.
trusted someone who failed at photography.
I know.
What were you
right?
thinking?
Right?
Please tell me you have her to thank for it, you know?
I 100% do, for sure. Fiona BJ, like, you guys.
Fiona, do you have some of those pictures?
I don't know. God, no. So I'm getting to
Let's
that.
find them, internet. Find the pictures, Fiona. We're gonna find you. Let's get some B-roll pictures of your
Yes.
wedding. Are they still together?
No.
Oh, okay. Then maybe never mind that. Yeah, scratch that.
Yeah, no, maybe not. But so I shot their wedding, and all of a sudden it was, or no, it wasn't BJ and Fiona. It was, oh wait, who was, it was, I think it was Tamara. They're not together either. So,
Okay.
oh no, but anyways, sorry.
It was a
backtrack.
friend's picture.
It was a
friend's
friend's
wedding.
wedding. Yes. Sorry, I've shot a few weddings, so they get kind of mixed up. But, and I shot their wedding, and I got the pictures back, and I was like, wow, this is amazing. This is so good. I mean, looking back on it now, they're like horrible. They're like,
Oh, you
15
were
different
criticizing
tones.
yourself.
Oh yeah, oh of course. Now, I mean, but like I said before, I was like, but I fell in love with photography. I fell in love with the art of it, the lighting, how you could literally capture anything and everything, no matter what it was. It could be like a pebble on the road, and you can make it interesting. So I started practicing, and I used to take, you know, those like sponges with the little like holes in them and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I used to take it, and I would set it on the windowsill, and I would move it and just see how the light would hit it and hit the
No
bubbles.
way.
Oh yeah, like, and over and over in YouTube videos.
Who even taught you to do that?
Myself. Like, I'm all
I'm just gonna
self-taught.
put it on the sponge,
Yeah.
get the different lighting.
Yes, and then move it and see how it would hit. And then I started using my daughter's like teddy bears and stuff and dolls, so that I could see how the light hit her face, like the doll's face, and where it would go, and just studied it. Really, really immersed myself in it. And then
Were you
yeah.
thinking of making it a career then?
No,
'Cause, I mean, you were just like literally like shooting teddy bears and the
Yeah.
sponges, but you never thought you'd be
No.
traveling around the world.
Never.
Magazines.
No, never.
Oh
So
my
it
God.
was
So you
like,
loved it. You just
I did. I fell in love with photography, just the whole idea of it. So then I started, and then my girlfriend wanted to do boudoir photos, a little bit more sexier ones. And once again, I'm like, no guarantees. Like, I don't know how this is going to go, but sure. So I started doing a little bit more of like photography and women photography. And then I evolved into fitness. And then that's when I kind of just went, poof. And I started like doing, because of course all the sponge and like moving everything around, I translated that into then the female figure and muscles and tone and lighting and shadows and all that stuff, right? So pretty much same idea, but added it just a different subject.
the human component.
Right.
So you tell people like move your arm.
Oh,
flex,
I guide them everywhere. Like
You
how to
prepare
point
their poses and everything.
100%. From literally
I
the
love
top
that.
of your head to the bottoms of your feet, I will tell you how to move your shoulders, your hands, where to place them, your feet, like everything. I will guide you through it. I can try and get out emotion from you. It's like it's a whole recipe. But it's after like years and years of hard work and doing it over and over for years.
That is so awesome.
Yeah.
I am gonna get to the business part of it, like
Yes.
the tipping points, the
Yeah.
highlights, but I wanna start off like the first few minutes to
Yeah.
really learn about you. So you grew up in Canada, you said
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
What were you doing when, you know?
Like, I'm from a population of like 14,000. I'm from a little town in Sylvan Lake, Alberta. Tiny little town in Sylvan Lake, Alberta. And I started like really kind of using like Instagram and posting pictures on Instagram, just of like even my work, but like I would go and I'd take pictures of just like random things, like, you know, a bike or whatever. It wasn't specifically something. So, and then I started, like I said, focusing more on people and actually seeing like a career in that too. And I started reaching out to, there was actually Canada's Inside Fitness magazine, Terry Friendo. He was kind of the one who really helped me with my career. And he reached out, or I think I reached out to him, or he reached out to me, and he did this Hot and Fit 100. And it was 100 of the top models in Canada for Inside Fitness magazine. And it was the number one it still is the number one fitness magazine in Canada. And every year, these girls would submit, right? Like, they do their hard work, they put their hours in the gym, get the nice photos, and then submit.
And he brought you for
I used to like be a contributor for it.
Oh,
so like
that's
years
amazing.
running, and then it just kind of went, like I said,
little pop.
Yeah, and then I started getting people from like the States and stuff reaching out in Australia. And
That's a big deal. I can't imagine, you know, starting seeing your hard work and then really like paying off to the level of detail that you had. So if we go back further, like who was Ashlee when you were like in high school, you know, middle school? Like, what was your childhood like?
I'm an only child.
Okay.
So my parents were my everything. My friends were my everything. I really valued friendship. I always have. I've always had really good like roots. My parents have instilled hard work ethic. My dad has been like picking peas since he was 4 years old in a farm, and my mom has always been in like college and hardworking and working with lawyers. They're still together.
Well, that's great.
Yeah, I know.
In Canada?
Yeah, in Canada. Yeah. So
hello, parents.
yeah. Hi, Mom, Dad. But
that's so cool.
It is, because it's like so rare nowadays, right?
Yeah, and
like,
only child.
Yeah,
and
only child.
Your friends become your family. You know.
Yeah, because I didn't have sisters, I didn't have brothers. We weren't close with like the cousins, anything like that. So my friends really became my family. And I started doing modeling when I was about 14 years old. And back then it was like the skinny girls, so I actually didn't make it very far in modeling because I was too big, because it was like the Kate Moss era where it was like beanpole,
super skinny.
Yeah, and they're like, I have a little bit of a booty, so of course they're like, you gotta lose the weight on the booty. You can't go wrong with
booty.
But back then you could, and so I was like,
they had it backwards.
I know, right? I'm like, you don't see the future. But
you're saying trends,
right? And then so I stopped doing modeling altogether. And then, like I said, when I started getting back into modeling, like later on, it was totally different by then. Giselle Bündchen, like little curvier women, like it was awesome. It was great. And it's great to actually see how things have like evolved too for like modeling and also photography too. Like a lot of the stuff that like nowadays is so dynamic, and the different like variety that you can do now. Like before it was like boudoir fashion, that was it. Now it's like product and business and lifestyle and boudoir, and like there's an array of photography out there, which is so awesome because like there's so much work out there too.
That's amazing.
I know. I feel like and one of the things that I really feel needs to come back is the mutual love in the industry. a lot of times it can be cutthroat. Like, I lived in LA for like a year, and
I did too for a few years.
And I honestly got out because it was just so cutthroat. Like, people would literally like kill their grandma to get ahead in the industry, and it was just so toxic.
In photography, or you saw it in the models?
I saw it in the industry in LA. Like, LA has changed a little bit, right? It's still great for business. I fly in, I do my job, I get back out.
Back to Vegas.
Back to Vegas.
I love it here. Look where we are.
I do too.
We're on the strip.
Yeah.
You know.
And people are so nice here.
Nicer
than
LA for sure. Not as nice as you. You know.
Right.
At some point during this podcast, something random will happen, and you please call it out, because the strip, like even like that bus that has like dead people like in front of it.
Oh, okay. Wow. All right. I was not expecting that.
Okay.
My goodness.
So I might just like get my phone out,
Please
and
do.
and we always get like B-roll of things like, this is the stuff, the random things that we see here in Vegas.
In Vegas, yes. This
like
is a prime example.
A zombie bus. And people are just acting like normal. They're just
Yeah,
like
they're just
driving,
like,
they're just
okay.
walking by, like,
Sure.
oh yeah, sure, there's dead people.
It's Vegas, baby.
That's it.
Oh wait, and also, have you ever went to Dick's with the hats? Have you ever went to
which
the
one was Dick's?
Dick's is the restaurant. Do you see the girls with the little hats on, and they insult you?
Oh yeah. Well, then they
right?
insult you and they throw you the food. Yeah. So that's right, and they come and they wear it everywhere.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
There's an infinite amount of like restaurants and places to visit here,
The
and things to
food
do.
is so
and
good.
and I personally don't drink and don't gamble.
Yeah.
And then people are like, "Hey, what are you doing in Vegas?" I was like, "You have no idea. This is why I'm so happy.
Yeah.
I don't drink and I don't gamble. You know
Yes.
how happy I am to be in Vegas."
Yes, I know.
Because people who do those two things, it's hard if you live in Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
And there's so many things that you and I can do. Just that you could go to a restaurant every week, and it could be a different one, and you won't. You'll go to a different one for the entire year, and you still won't visit all of them.
Right? And there's always different food, different
Amazing.
styles, and it's all knock on wood.
It is wood right here.
I have never had a bad meal here. And
that's
I've
so
been here
great.
since June.
That's so great.
And-
You're gonna give me some of your spots. I'm gonna give you some of
yeah.
my local spots.
Definitely.
Have
Have you ever had a mochi donut?
mochi donut? People are
Mochi
filming us.
donut.
And-
Hi. Hello. Don't mind us. Just
Yeah.
in the beautiful purple Tesla.
Yeah, that changes colors.
Does it really?
Yeah, as you walk around, it changes from
No.
like purple to slight like
Oh,
orange. So it's
that's
actually
cool.
the colors of the business, the InMotion. So I have an InMotion, actually an advertising business. It's called
Yeah.
InMotion Media Group, and I was like, you know what? I used to pick people up at the airport or drive them and everything, and the conversations that we had in the car were so cool that by the time we got into the actual podcast or whatever, we'd be like, remember what you said at the car? And it's just better
You
just to
lose
get things
momentum.
from the start. You know what?
Yeah.
Like, literally, we should have a podcast that moves. And I was like, podcast in motion. I was like, oh my god, that's it.
Yeah.
The CEO in motion, and that's how this was born.
Genius.
Yeah.
I love
That's
it.
what this
I
was
love
born.
it. Very cool.
So, is there anything like in your past that you think pivoted you to have this kind of work ethic, this kind of attention to detail?
I'm slightly, I think, OCD.
Okay, did you flick that? Everything is good?
Yeah.
I'm glad I cleaned the car right before I... Anything else? Like,
No.
I promise you, that little speck right there. No, I'm just
Yeah.
kidding. You know, I'm not kidding, but the guy in the Cybertruck,
Yes.
he opened up my car door.
What?
Yeah.
No. This guy?
Yes, it's the guy that's bro.
Why?
He opened it up. He was gonna ask me something, probably about the setup, but and I was like, I literally just got it washed, and it leaves like the little film of
Oh,
like
no.
water around it, and I was like,
No.
you know, I got more freaked out maybe about the little water than a random guy just opening my car door.
So you might have a little OCD yourself.
Well, I mean, I kind of just saw it, and I was like, well, it's kind of weird, but
Yeah.
whatever. Things that happen in Vegas. Vegas.
Exactly. I know.
So yeah, talk to me. So you got a little bit
So,
OCD.
Yeah, I definitely feel like I was I feel like I was put kind of in this position to empower people, empower women, especially. I myself am a victim of domestic violence, and I saw how hard it was for me to pull myself out of like depression, stuff like that. You know, it would be it was emotionally, physically, and mentally abusive. So it would be if I was wearing something that was even like tight jeans or anything like that, it was like, you're a slut, you're a whore, whatever, really derogatory things. So that took a little bit of time for me to get my power back. And I actually genuinely feel like photographing women and who maybe are a little insecure or have left a relationship or are victims of domestic violence, photographing them and giving them that power back, that self-love that was so lost for so long, it makes such a huge difference. I mean, I've had women cry and write me letters, and just for the fact of feeling like themselves again and feeling like I am beautiful. I am beautiful, and I am not a slut or a whore if I wear like a you know, like whatever, shorts or an outfit or anything that's a little more revealing. It's really damaging to women to fight that mentally. And I want to make sure I word this properly, but it's like you get beaten down to the point where when you do get back up, you feel like you will never let anybody treat you that way. You will never let anybody talk to you that way. And it really does make you feel like yourself again, and that you can do anything without them. Because they almost like beat you down to the point where it's like you'll never be anything, or you'll never be good enough, right?
Your identity gets lost,
right,
to them,
exactly.
and they keep this verbal abuse, physical abuse, mental abuse. They steal your self-esteem, they steal your identity.
Yeah.
And then if you don't have an identity, you can't exist without them. And that's why people stay in these victim relationships, because they don't know who they are without that person.
Exactly. And they almost get brainwashed into thinking that they can't.
It's their fault.
Yeah. Well, and that they, you know, I shouldn't have worn that or whatever. But it like you said, it's finding yourself again. So I actually felt like I was healing each time when I was giving these women their power back, where it was like, you're amazing, you're beautiful, you got this, like you're loved, like you are worthy.
Oh, that's
it's
so
such
awesome.
It really is. It's like something that I've never experienced before, and it hits me so hard.
You truly are healing within.
Yeah.
Through your work.
Yes.
This is your gift. The purpose of life is to live a life of purpose. And I read that line in a book that I'll recommend you list the books as I go through.
I would love that.
And so we have to find our gift, and our gift is, you know, what can you do best with the least amount of effort? And that's you. Like your gift is that through photography you're empowering women.
Yeah.
And everybody wants a miracle, but nobody wants to go through what requires a miracle. And so you found your gift of giving this power to women because you had to go through your personal situation.
Yes,
Had you not gone through that,
oh yes, 100%.
this may just be a hobby, or it may just be something that pays the bills.
Of course.
But you have now formed your identity by giving power to women.
Oh yeah, and that's the other thing. I don't regret my past. My past is what has shaped me and made me, and it's just whatever I choose to do with it. I can choose to sulk and be sad and upset, or I can choose to heal and thrive and
So awesome.
right.
I love that attitude. How old were you?
I'm 40.
No, how old were you in this relationship when this was happening?
Oh, okay.
You look great. Are you 40?
Thanks.
Serious? Wow. I'm 42.
Are you?
Yeah, we're
See?
both. Yeah,
We're both the same. 40s.
There's something about our soul that just
Yes.
gives us youth.
That's because we have lived a life, but we have learned, and it hasn't
smile.
jaded us. It
And we
hasn't
smile.
jaded us.
That's right.
Yes, exactly.
And so when you
But
were in this relationship,
I was young. I was like 20. I was so young. I was a baby.
how long were you with this person?
4 years.
Wow, that's a long time.
Yeah, and he was older, and so it was kind of. I didn't necessarily know what I didn't see what he was doing because, of course, like I said, you're brainwashed, you're just manipulated. They say certain things that you don't necessarily pick up on, and you blame yourself, right?
You
So-
believe them. You believe the things that they say to you,
Yeah.
and you internalize those things, and then you start forming that identity about yourself. You're worthless. You're this. You're that.
Yeah.
And so then you hear it so many times and nobody's giving you the opposite.
No.
You're only getting character defects and not its opposite,
Well,
the
yeah.
character asset. And so you start believing that.
Well, and you, like, I wasn't allowed friends, and friends were, a bad thing, and they were bad influences, and, it was totally manipulation, of course, looking back on it now, but you don't see it because you're in the circle, you're in the problem. It's until you get out that you start actually healing and growing and everything else.
Almost like the boiling frog effect. You heard about that?
No.
So if you put a frog, if you boil water, you throw in the frog in there, the frog will jump out because it's hot.
Right.
But if you put it in like lukewarm water and you slowly turn up the temperature, the frog will stay there until it dies. It'll cook itself.
Oh.
Like they don't see it.
Yeah,
So
that's exactly
if you
it.
had jumped into this relationship and day one, I mean, I'm sure you must have loved this person.
Yeah.
There were some good characteristics about him that attracted you.
Mm-hmm.
But eventually, you just stayed in that boiling pot,
Yeah. Yes.
and it consumes you.
Yes, 100%. Yeah. That's I never knew that. The boiling frog. Oh.
It's a real deal. Like frogs will jump. They'll know when it's fucking hot. They'll know that the pot's boiling. I'm jumping out of here. But if you put it in Kushik water and you
like
slowly turn up the water,
yeah.
they'll just stay there and they won't even know they're cooking.
Yes.
Until they die.
No way.
And so that happens to us also in human nature. We get into these situations where they're acceptable at first, and then once you're able to be taken out and you see it, like, how did it get so bad? Well, it's because it's slowly we accept little changes.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Micro changes. But so that's what happens. So after that, is this when you started the photography, or were you doing photography during
No,
this time?
I wasn't doing photography. Photography didn't come until after I had left and I started my whole healing journey.
How was that like? Walk me through your healing. Like, what did you do?
Oh, well, I mean, I ended up tail between my legs going back to mom and dad's, and we're a close family.
That's the
super
best.
close.
That's
Yeah.
exactly what you needed.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say tail between my legs. I would say like I needed to go back to the nurturing love
To my roots. Yeah.
to show you what real love is.
Yeah.
Unconditional parents love
Exactly.
is the best kind of love. It recharges your batteries, your soul.
Yeah, I couldn't
Oh,
agree
that's so
more.
good. How long were you with him?
So I was with him for 4 years, and then I left. And so I left when my oldest daughter was 6 months old. We were fighting, and I just literally just something in me, I scooped her up, picked her up. She was 6 months old, and I just left, and I never looked back, and that was it. And went to my parents, and then a year and a half later, I met my husband, and we've been together for 18 years now.
Oh, that's so great.
Yes.
What's his name?
Jeremy.
Jeremy,
He's
shout
my
out.
rock.
What he's a what?
He's my rock.
Oh, that's such
Yeah.
a great Jeremy.
Yeah, he is.
You're doing the right thing, man.
Yeah.
Keeping Ashlee happy and smiley.
Yeah.
Do you guys have more kids?
Yeah. So, and then we had a child together. So I have Emma, but I mean, he's dad. He's been dad since
Yeah.
she was 2 years old.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, and her biological father has just been kind of in and out of her life. So, Jeremy has been dad since 2, and then we have a 17-year-old named Diora. She's gonna be 17 in July.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I know. So it's so nice because.
Oh yeah, the phones.
Sorry, my
That's me,
that's my dog's epileptic pill. No, I gave it to her before. It's
do
okay.
we need to go home?
No, it's
Do we need
okay.
to drop you off?
No.
How beautiful is this sign? Have you seen it?
Yes, I know.
So this is the newer sign here at the Strat with Las Vegas. Let me see if I can film this right now.
It looks so good. They've really done a great job on revamping Vegas.
I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it. It keeps
Yeah.
getting more beautiful,
Ugh.
more teams, more fun, more expansion.
I know. They have now like 5 major
Like properties, hotels.
no,
like
sorry. Like leagues. Like baseball,
Oh yes, yeah.
football.
They are bringing in
Yes,
baseball. We
yes.
obviously have the Raiders.
I know. And then
We have Super Bowl last year, or I guess it was this year here,
yeah.
and Formula One.
Yes, and we're gonna have Formula One every year
For 10 years.
Yeah, that's
Did you know
huge.
their new COO of Formula One? They just hired her. Her name is Betsy, and she's a Vegas local.
No way.
Girly, yeah, she's awesome.
That's cool.
You're going way
That's
too
so
fast,
cool.
buddy.
My buddy, he Trevor, luxury car rally. He's awesome. He's
Okay.
great. Buddy Trevor.
Trevor, luxury car. Okay.
He's amazing. He actually has Max Verstappen's F1 car right now in his shop.
Well, we should.
Yeah, I might have to go
we should just
see
drive there.
Trevor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trevor, connect me with some
Yes.
people. So you know so many people, like
I-
your Rolodex of contact. I can't imagine that black book of yours, huh?
Yes.
You have connections with celebrities of all kinds everywhere.
I do. It's one of those things where it's kind of like my secret weapon in my back pocket.
Yeah, that phone.
Yeah, I know. I can't lose it.
No, I can't. No, please,
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
And that's very cool. So, going out, you're getting out. You know,
Yeah.
you're turning into difficult times, but then you go through it. Your parents and the nurturing of their love and everything. You come out of it, and then your friend asks you to take.
Boudoir pictures.
Okay. What was that like?
It was interesting. I mean, I gotta remember, I was like green as green can be. So.
And you also came from a relationship that was toxic, so like just
Yeah.
seeing it, and
Yeah.
you were really confronting yourself from within.
Yes, but I used to model,
Mm-hmm.
so actually it was really, really easy for me because I know what it's like to be on the other side of the camera. How nervous, how distracting, what do I do with my hands, how do I pose? So I remember that feeling, and it was so awful because you would have photographers and they'd be like, okay, go. And it's like, oh, okay. Yeah, right?
Duck face.
Yes.
Instagram.
There's
What's
only-
trending right now?
Yeah, there's
Okay.
only so much that you can do, right? So, I mean, unless you're like fucking Coco or Giselle or anything like that, I mean, those girls can move for like an hour nonstop. But, I mean, girls who are just starting out, moms, all that stuff, like fitness models, they're very rigid in their movements. You have to really guide them. There's all sorts of different things, but that's where I really I feel like excel on my end of things because I have been behind the lens or in front of the lens, and I know what that's like. So I guide you, I move you,
Oh,
I
that's great.
help you, because it's it can be intimidating.
You
right?
make them feel comfortable.
Yes,
I'm gonna turn these little lights
absolutely,
on.
absolutely. Yeah. Oh.
There you go. Push that one on the top. Sweet. You know how to work a camera.
I know how to work a push light.
Yeah. Push a button. The light.
Yeah,
sure.
we're good.
There we go.
Yeah.
I am fascinated by photography. The admiration, and now I can imagine just you not only make a career but at a very successful, fun,
Yeah.
exciting. So you start doing these boudoir, you start doing these fitness ones. Did you ever? I'm sure you did. Who was the first person where you're like, oh my god, I can't believe I'm gonna shoot X, Y, and Z? Like, who was that first person that you're like, oh my god, that's a big celebrity?
You know, I haven't really been. I try super hard actually to stay really chill, really composed.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even if I'm out and I do see a celebrity, I never ask for a photo. I never confront them. I never nothing. Like, I've been walking along, and like, even I saw Samuel L. Jackson, and I
You
just
didn't get one with him?
no, I
on.
have like a rule that I will never be like that person, because I have friends who are celebrities, and it's like they just want to be a person. They just want to enjoy themselves, right?
Right.
So it's like, even when I do go out for like dinner with my celebrity friends or anything like that, we never take pictures, we never do videos, because they just want to chill. They just want to be in their comfy clothes and be like,
They want to be human beings,
yes, exactly,
which they are.
Exactly. So I saw Samuel, and I was like, I just gave him a little like, love your movies, and
Yeah.
I just kept, and he's like, thanks. You know, like, that's
You
the
didn't throw a
extent of
curse
it.
word,
No.
nothing with
Yeah,
Samuel.
right?
Come on, like, connect with the guy.
Yes.
I guess I meant like
Sorry.
someone who booked you.
Yes, sorry.
And then you're like, I can't believe like I'm gonna be.
Yeah, I haven't been like, I honestly, like I said, even my like perspective, I don't try and like freak out or anything like that. I mean, I have so many amazing clients. There's not one particular one that I was like really excited about. Was Drea De Matteo from The Sopranos.
Oh, okay.
She's like, she's an icon. She's amazing, and I was a little nervous. I was like, you know, meeting her and everything else, and so I was just like playing it cool, everything else, and we just like clicked. And
was that recent?
Yeah,
That was recent, right? Okay,
yeah,
so I did.
yeah.
I was going
Yes.
through it. I was like, I saw her, and I was like, wow, yeah,
Yeah.
there's some big people here.
Yes.
Do your clients become your friends?
100%, every single time. Every time. It's inevitable. We just honestly.
You have their numbers on your
Yes,
phone.
when I could call anyone up. I could call Drea right now.
That's awesome. Okay, so I took some screenshots of, let's see, of your last just post,
Okay.
and just the people that are under your phone.
Yes.
Okay, you have Tiffany Toth with 1.2 million
Yes.
followers. I don't want to crash as I'm reading these and distracted by the photos, distracted by the
Tiffany is a sweetheart too. She's so nice. And she photographs flawlessly. She's so beautiful. She's just like elegant. She just knows how to hit it, and she does great.
Okay, that's
so
awesome.
great.
You know what? I should do that. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring the picture, and then you just say like 2-3 things about
Okay,
them.
sure.
Okay, so we'll do that again. Okay, so Tiffany Toth.
Yes.
3 words that come to mind.
Knows her angles. Ace's pinup. She can just nail that. And beautiful smile. Gorgeous smile.
Okay, awesome. What about Madison Shipman?
Sweetheart. Tiny little pint size with like so much energy just bursting out, and total like Southern belle, wonderful, polite, beautiful person. She's so lovely.
That's amazing. How many Playboy people have you done photography for?
I've done quite a bit. I've been working with them a lot lately. We've started doing more like the bunny suits, like bringing back that iconic bunny
please.
suit, right? Yes, because
that is Playboy, the iconic,
yes,
elegant, fun,
yeah.
sexy.
Yeah, and doing like
and it's
events
you.
and stuff like
I'm so
that.
excited for that
Yeah,
subject.
it is. It's so good.
Okay, now we have Brandy Andrews.
Brandy's amazing. She's a real girl. Like, you need anything, she is there for you. She is like one of the girls who's a girl's girl. Like, she's got you if there's anything, but she'll tell you exactly how it is too. Like, if shit ain't right, she's gonna call you out on it.
No
She's
bullshit,
great.
Brandy.
No bullshit, Brandy. Yes,
There
yes.
you go.
But she's great. She's
No
so
BS,
sweet.
Brandy. Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
Who's Daniel Mack?
Daniel Mack. Oh, he's that guy. He's he's the one who does all the car tours, house tours.
So I saw you were you shooting like the Batman like
So-
car.
So I shot with Amanda Lynn, who is
Got it, okay.
actually like one of the top LA realtors. Yes, she is a fucking sweetheart. I love her. Love Amanda. She has been like one of my OGs from LA for years now. She's good shit. And she was doing the Batmobile.
Amazing,
with-
like the home, like the
Yeah,
Batmobile house, right?
With Pascal. So that's actually
Got it.
Pascal Mouad, who is the famous jewelry designer. I just shot him like 2 weeks ago, and he did the Victoria's Secret bra. Do you remember those Victoria's Secret jeweled bras?
Yeah, that were very like showy and
Yes.
just
No, they were all jewels for the Victoria's Secret runway show, and that's actually who
Those are his?
does those. Yeah, he is like a world famous jeweler.
and
yeah.
you shot it. Wow,
Yes.
this is so good.
Yeah.
Okay, another person, Laura Leon.
Oh, she's lovely. She's so lovely. So do you know Mike Tarzan? So he does all of like the animal videos. It's his girlfriend. And she is
Mike
just
Tarzan.
the most Mike Tarzan. He has like all the snakes and the anacondas. If you look on there.
These are just screenshots, so
Oh,
it's not
okay.
that, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Because
okay, no.
I didn't
That's
want to
okay.
go through like the whole Instagram
No.
and have a car accident
Yes.
here, but Laura Leon, 1.4 million followers.
Yes, she is lovely. She is one of those girls who is just stunningly beautiful as soon as you see her. Like, how you see her in person is how you see her in her photos. Like, she's beautiful, beautiful girl.
You say so many nice things about everybody. I should have them, and they'll
Yes,
say the
you
same
should.
thing about you. And we got Carmen Electra.
She is so much fun. I love shooting with her. She is just a ball of energy, and she knows her angles. I mean, that girl is an OG. She is an icon. She has been in the game for so long. She just is. We get to shooting, and she's just like bam, bam, bam. She's rolling. She's standing. She's crawling. She's just on it.
She looked beautiful, and that looked like such a fun, creative photo shoot.
Yes, so that's with Content X, and I work with them quite regularly, and they are like, they have the whole production thing, they have a stylist, they have makeup artists, they have the whole shebang. It's awesome.
And you
It's
just
really
commit.
good.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, I have one more. Emma Sofia Kotos.
Kotos. She has been she's another one of my OGs.
1.3 million followers.
She is the most lovely, sweetest girl. I mean, this girl, and also too, I love how she's very much for animals and is almost like an activist for animals. I shouldn't say activist because I don't know, but like, well, I know, but her love for animals and she is once again like a sweetheart. I know I keep using that word, but it's like every single person, I've been really blessed with really good clients. Amazing clients have came into my life, and I really value them, and I treat them like my friends. Like, I treat them like they are just with so much value, because I really do. I value every person who steps into my life, into my camera, into my circle. I mean, I would do anything for anybody. I really would.
That's awesome. They are becoming vulnerable with you, and then
Yes.
you are, you're giving them that gift in return.
Yeah.
How far out are you booked?
Well, I mean, I'm looking into July, August, so that's not that bad. I take
That's several months.
Yeah. But it's not
this
that
might
bad.
come out in July and be like,
Right.
oh, only a week later? Like,
Yes.
no, this is several months. We're filming
Yeah.
at the beginning of May.
Well, I mean, but at the same time, I don't overpack myself too. Like, I take select amounts. I only take select people. Like, it's not like I take on every single person who contacts me, because that's a lot to take on as one person. I edit my own. I do all my own in-house. I do not outsource anything. So what
You're
I
a
create,
one-woman
I am a one-woman
empire.
show. That is it. So
Wow, that's magnificent.
thank you.
What do you charge?
It depends.
Can you tell?
There's different packages.
Okay,
Different
so-
packages for different things.
On your website, is there pricing
I
or you
actually
can?
don't have a website, so
Oh my
I
God.
strictly have it's all word of mouth, or it is it's through Instagram.
This is how you know, guys, when you've made it. When you're like, website, bro. I've booked months in advance. I don't even have a website. People know how good I am that they sell for me. That is amazing. Okay, so
Thank you.
different pricing. I see you dodged that question.
Different pricing for different
Different
things.
So do you form part of the creative? Like, do you tell them like what they should be wearing? Do you tell them like we're gonna be shooting these days, daylight is better, we're gonna go on the desert? Like, walk me
yeah.
through the creative of preparing for a photo shoot.
So first I ask them if they have any inspiration or anything that they would like to create, because I feel like it's really important to see where, because I may say romantic and you may say romantic and it'll be two different things altogether, right?
Got
so
it,
it's like I always will ask for like
Some might want
pictures,
petals, another person would
right,
want,
exactly, whips or chains.
Yeah. That's romantic, baby.
Yeah.
Feathers,
Yes, exactly.
Uh,
So I always ask them, I'm like, hey, like, do you have inspiration? Is there photos that you have for an example that you can show me? If they don't, and they're like, I want you to just kind of do whatever, I want like CK style or a guest style out in the desert or country
what's
or
CK style?
Calvin Klein, like old school, like
Oh.
black and white kind
Oh,
of
okay.
in
I mean,
studio.
I do know Calvin Klein. Okay, that's what
right?
that means.
Yeah, sorry.
Do you remember, I'm literally an OG in the photographer. I just applied for your assistant position, so I'm just at the beginning.
Yeah, you gotta get the words.
I got the I
lingo.
have, yes, I gotta get the lingo right.
Yeah.
But I have the vision.
Right.
So CK style boudoir or
Yeah,
fitness
whatever
or
they're looking for. Yeah, and then if they don't have photos to send me, then I'll just kind of gather my own up, see what they like, and I'll send them usually like a collage of variety of photos, and I'll say like pick out the ones that you really like, so I know what their kind of style is, right? And a lot of times I can tell what kind of lighting that they like. So most of the time they'll either pick daylight or they'll pick in studio. So
you even guide them through the process
Yeah.
of selecting.
Yes, absolutely, for sure, because they don't know. A lot of people don't know, right?
Yeah, I
So-
would have no idea, like, if I wanted
Right?
to do like pictures or
Yeah. So they'll pick out the pictures, and I'm able to tell from the picture if it's daylight or if it's studio shot. So I'll say to them like, listen, the ones that you selected, those are daylight photos that are outside. The best time to shoot for that, to get that look, because it's direct light, is, say 9 to 11 or else 3 to 5 or whatever. And then we'll just kind of go from there. A lot of times the girls, I tell them, bring as many outfits as you want. We'll
Okay.
kind of put things together.
So you don't provide the clothing; they
No.
bring whatever they want.
No, because honestly, I mean, there's
What if they
so
don't have
many
the whips
different-
and chains? They want to do a boudoir. You don't have like extra whips and
Well-
chains, feathers, and I don't know what else.
Yeah. Well, hey, each to their own. Every kink for anything.
I'm
There's a
sure
kink
you've seen
for
some crazy
everything.
stuff.
I've seen some crazy shit.
Yes, we're gonna get
Yes.
into the crazy
Yes.
shit. I worked at a nightclub in San Diego that was called Boudoir,
Oh no.
and the chandeliers were like dildos, and there was this room where, they call it the makeup
private room?
but you would see the silhouettes of the people behind it, so you would full on see what's going on behind it, and you're just walking around. And then they had a dominatrix, so there's a little room with a wheel, and you see guys showing up in their suits or whatever,
Oh, yeah.
and they get like blindfolded, and they have like these like little like tiered, where people would just like watch the show of a guy get whipped, spun around and everything. And I was
Yes.
like, and I was the VIP host there, so I was always seeing like
Crazy things that your eyes cannot
crazy
unsee.
things. I was like,
Am I
What?
seeing that right? Yes.
I'm at a nightclub, and I'm sure, but you evoke those things in the photo shoots, right? Like
It depends. It depends on what they're wanting. Like, that's the other thing. Like, I've done the more dominatrix style ones where they kind of, you know, do use the sexier style with the whips and the like not chains but whips and stuff. I haven't done that. I haven't went that far. but then we can do but then we also do like the softer side and the more like Sears catalog. Sears catalog is like Canadian version of like JCPenney.
JCPenney, okay. Before Sears went out of business. Is Sears still in business in Canada?
Sears, no.
Okay. So you guys gotta get updated with what's going on.
No, we just lost Target up there too. Canada is not doing well.
Target? It's your president. You're not your president. What do you?
It's our prime minister.
Prime minister, yeah.
He's awful.
Terrible,
He's
right?
awful.
I didn't want to say it, but I want to say it now.
He is. He's terrible. He's destroying the country. He is 100% destroying the country.
I have a meeting tomorrow with a guy from Canada. He wants to start a business, and I hear the same things, but I follow.
Yeah.
Anyways, like I get political on that guy.
No, I know,
sucks.
but yeah.
It's just like that. He sucks.
It's a mess.
It sucks. It's a mess. Yeah. You and I are happy we're here. You know, I came from Mexico. You came from Canada, and we both now are here in Vegas. And
so thankful.
We have a beautiful life. Yeah, I'm so grateful to be here.
Yeah.
Do you ever do like couples?
Not a whole lot. I have before, but it's not really my specialty. Mm-hmm. I feel like there are so many people out there who can do that 100 times better, and like I said, there's no reason to do everything. Like God, when I first started, I was doing like family photo shoots and weddings and anything and everything that I could shoot, and then I was like, oh man, like this is not, I need to like hone it down and just like really funnel it to where what's most profitable, what's most in demand, and what I can really like supply to people properly. And it was boudoir and it was women. So
women boudoir, got it.
Yeah, well, and fitness like that, just photographing females in general, right? And
it goes back to what your gift is. It goes back to what you can do best with the least amount of effort. You've naturally honed in your skills into this. That's a cool thing. Anything like at weddings is no fun. Like family, like
weddings are terrible. Weddings are terrible.
What is that?
It is always. It's never the bride. The bride is never the problem. It's always either like the mother of the bride or the bride.
Somebody in the family.
Yeah, or the maid of honor. Somebody always is something, or the makeup artist is fucked up something. Like it's always a problem, and I hated it. And I'm very like on point, on time, like stuff like that.
Scheduled,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, scheduled, and
weddings don't go on schedule. Like,
weddings do not go on schedule. There's always 10 things that go wrong every single time. Like it's not anything like.
Those might be the best pictures when shit goes wrong.
No, it's really not. It's not. Because then guess who has to like hurry up and catch up and get this shot and this shot in this time frame, because now our cutting of the cake is only a minute long or whatever. And it changes everything. And
the photographer is like such a vital, important person in the wedding, because that's what people will remember and look back. Yes. And then they'll criticize if you don't grab the exact moment in time, because they were delayed by like all these other aspects.
Exactly. And then the blame gets put on the photographer and not on actually the people who fucked up the time.
So who shot your wedding?
It was actually a lot of fun. So we actually did a surprise wedding. So we were going to do a go away in a bar with all of our friends, like moving away from Canada to the States and having a going away party.
Okay.
And about halfway through, once all of our friends came, we snuck off and got changed. And then my husband came out and he was in a suit. And then my dad started coming out, my mom, and everybody's all glammed out. And then I came out in my wedding dress.
Oh,
and
that's
we
such
had,
an amazing.
It really was. Like, people still talk about it now.
Do you have pictures of this?
So what I did is I never hired a photographer, but I left disposable cameras on all the tables for them to take pictures.
That's so
we
cool.
actually do have all of the pictures.
Share some of this. We'll give you like a folder and you can upload these, and Gabby will put these in the B-roll.
Yes.
That's so awesome. Like, what a great idea. At least he knew that you guys were when you said like it was surprised, like he didn't know like what happened, but your family knew. Just your friends didn't know.
Yeah, all friends didn't know.
What a great idea.
Yeah, it was really cool. And then of course everybody's like, "Oh my god,
you guys are getting married."
Yeah, because we had been together for a long time by this point, and it also was one of those things where we needed to get married because it actually makes the immigration and visa process a lot easier too. Because right now it's like it's hard if you're common law. They don't.
What is that?
So common law is where you live together but you're not yet married. So it was kind of one of those things where it was like, it's time. Like, this is...
You've been together.
This is full circle. Yeah. This is full circle.
So where do you live in the U.S.? Where have you lived?
So I've lived in LA. We lived in LA for a year, but I traveled for 4 years back and forth from Canada to LA, or LA, Miami.
For work?
Yes, for work.
So for 4 years you were just traveling and traveling.
I was just traveling.
Do you still travel that much?
No.
Now that you've made it, you're like, listen.
I like my bed.
Isn't it nice?
Right?
I have this thing now where I'm like, I can't wait to go to Vegas and relax. And people are like, you go to Vegas to relax? It's like, you don't understand. Like, I travel so much, I just want to go home.
I know. And there's nothing like having your bed.
It's quiet. Do you have dogs?
I do.
Yeah?
I have, we have 1 dog and 2 cats.
Oh, okay, there you go. So you have pets. Is your daughter with you?
A daughter. So, daughter is finishing out school.
Because she's 17, right? Okay.
Exactly. And so for her to, she comes down, she comes twice a month and comes and stays with us for 2 weeks. And then she stays with my mom and dad up in Canada. So because she has to finish out school. And in order for her to come all the way down here, she would have to leave her friends, leave her boyfriend, leave her whole life. And it's so...
And at that time, that's not a good time to leave.
No, not even a little bit. And it would be really more selfish on my part by being like, I want you here. I want you down here for my needs.
Right.
Whereas, guess what? We're thankful enough to be able to afford to go back and bring her down and still see her. We see her more now than we did when we were back home.
When you were there?
Yeah, exactly.
Because once you go visit them, they're like, it's there the whole time.
Yes,
and it's
exactly.
like, I miss you.
I know.
And all of that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, it is. It works out fabulously. And then my 20-year-old, I mean, she has a whole life. She has her own place, her own car, her own boyfriend, like
living in Canada. Or
living in Canada full time.
Very responsible.
She's super, like, she's got her shit together. Super proud of my girls. I really
nice.
am. Yeah,
I'm sure they're very proud of their mom too.
I think so.
Do you, when moving from boudoir into the fitness, what are some of the things that do people feel discouraged? Do people have insecurities? Because you photograph some of the most beautiful women like on this planet.
Yeah.
Like, what is that process of you kind of like giving them confidence? Like, what are some of the things that go through their minds?
So much reassurance. Like, that's all a lot of us need, is just to feel like you are in a safe place. You are safe with me. I am going to help you. I'm going to guide you. I'm gonna move you, and also making them feel like I never ever, like, like when we first start out, I will always talk and I'll be like, you know, please, like, what are your insecurities? Let me know so I can be conscious of it. we all have them, every single person in this whole world, and I'll usually start with myself and say a few things that I don't like about myself, and then, you know, to make them feel a little bit more comfortable, right?
That's awesome. So you open up the door by talking about your own
my
insecurities.
own insecurities, yes.
And then they go like, whoa, if
Yeah.
she's getting honest with me,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest
Of course,
with her as
because
well.
it's trust. It's all about trust. It's all about feeling good and being okay, and that
That's so
you're-
cool.
it's so needed too, especially because you're getting vulnerable. You're getting, whether it be in a bikini or lingerie or anything like that, that's even sometimes in a dress. Like women do not feel overly confident too, right? Whether it be like their arms, their legs, like it can be
What
a
are some
number
of
things.
what are some of women's biggest insecurities?
The backs of the legs, the cellulite. That's
The back of the
always-
legs?
The backs of the legs, the cellulite. Yep, that's always like a thing. That's always a
I
thing.
never thought you would say that.
Yes.
You guys think about the back of your legs.
Yeah,
Wow, okay.
because that's where a lot of cellulite ends up stemming or collecting, or
Mm-hmm.
a problem area for a lot of women. Also, too, like moms who have had babies, the stomach area is always a very sensitive area. So I try really hard to. Also, too, it comes down to like dressing them properly and having the right outfit on. You know, a lot of high-waisted bottoms will help kind of conceal that and make you feel really good. And because it's like a little protection thing, right?
So you
And
actually get them to wear what you think is going to be best for their
100%.
body,
Oh, yeah.
body contour.
For sure. Oh yeah, for sure. Because that's why I tell them, bring as much as you possibly can or have, and if you're not sure about it, throw it in. Because I feel like it's really important to, and I will also tell them too, like there are certain things, and here are certain items that are very flattering for, you know, certain body types, right? But it's hard to step in front of a camera and be so vulnerable, knowing that this person is this click is gonna last forever. Like it's gonna be there, so real in front of my face, right?
Are these pictures that you take for them always end up in a magazine, or do you give it to them, or are they meant for
A lot.
public?
Yeah, so there's all different. There's magazines, there's their own personal use. There may be like boudoir for their husband, boyfriend, a lot OnlyFans.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's get into that. Okay,
yeah.
so have you seen in the last decade, I mean, I'm sure there's like a big jump, and I don't know how old is OnlyFans, 5 years, 3 years, I really don't know,
Yeah.
but is there a rise in, plastic surgery enhancements?
Oh yeah, of course. Oh yeah. Yes. Hold on. Oh, no.
Let's talk. So, talk to me about plastic surgery in women.
I feel like it's become it's almost like a pendulum swing. And I feel like the pendulum swing happens in life, no matter whether it be political, social, it can be attributed to many different things. But we swing one side super far, and then we come back super far the other way. And then we're trying to almost find that balance, right? And it happens very frequently. Something will come out that'll be like a new trend, and they swing so far with it.
What is the new trend in plastic surgery?
I mean, there's a number. Like when BBLs first came out, do you
What's
know what
that?
Okay, so a BBL is where they
Big butt?
yes,
Lift? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, Brazilian butt lift.
Oh.
Yes. So
Okay. Hey, I was close.
Yes, you were, of course. Yeah.
It's called Brazilian butt lift?
Brazilian butt lift.
Okay. Oh, there
but
you go.
I know it's gonna be gone. Did you know that?
Yeah, they're building a guitar.
I know.
The largest guitar. I do love this. See, this is the part of the podcast where it's too late, but we literally have a volcano that's erupting as we're filming this.
Yes.
Fire. How many people are here right now watching this?
Probably
800?
700. Yeah.
Ooh, we're right
pretty
about
close,
the same,
pretty
yeah.
Close, yeah. But yeah, so
Brazilian butt lift.
BBL, yeah, it came out, of course, when Kim Kardashian had her BBL.
Okay.
So
it is BBL and Kim Kardashian.
Oh, for sure it is. Oh yeah, all the Kardashians have a BBL, aside from I think Kourtney. Kourtney's probably the only one who doesn't, and Kylie, Kendall. Those two I don't think have.
How
BBL.
many Kardashians are there?
There's like 5. There's Kim,
Okay.
Kim,
I've heard of
Kourtney,
Kim.
Khloe, Kylie,
I've heard
and
of Kylie.
Kendall. Yes.
Okay, that's way too many to remember for
That's
me.
a lot of Ks. Yeah.
So they had a BBL. Some of
So yeah, and well, sorry. So the BBL, when it first came out, everybody went out and got a BBL, but they were getting like back alley BBLs. Cardi B was one of them.
what's a back alley?
So they take like they go to like Home Depot and they get actually like caulking, like that you would put in your like for hardware. Do you know what I mean? Like the like the
thing
like
they put on the
molding,
floor to kind of
like
fill that
kind of,
thing?
yeah,
like
kind
the caulking.
yeah, kind of like
Caulk.
that. Yes,
They put
yeah.
caulk in
Caulking
in
and they
yeah.
inject it into their bums. Yeah, you can look it up. It's like it's a real
So it's
thing.
not done by a doctor.
No, God no. They do it in like I said, like apartment or hotels, stuff
You
like that.
don't die?
Oh, lots of women die. Lots of women die from it, and
This
they
is
get
wild.
infection and everything else. That's what I mean. So they go like, so they get it. It's called like a back alley BBL, and they get injections in there. Nowadays, I feel like there's so much, but in the last year, I feel like it's gotten better. So like just in general, getting the plastic surgery and getting the enhancements and everything else, that I don't know if it's the technique or because it's actually been around for a little while, that it actually, the women are starting to look a lot more natural now. Whereas before, when like lip injections first came out, they were just like duck lips, right? Like, and now
They overdid it?
Right. And same with the BBL and the Kim Kardashians. They overdid it. Everything just was like overdone because whether it be too new, didn't have the right techniques, the doctors are still trying to figure things out with it, stuff like that. But now it's like, it's starting to get better. Like women are starting to go back to looking a little more, a lot of women are getting their stuff dissolved or removed as well, like their breasts, the breast implants, they're getting them removed because of sickness.
This is cool.
There's I don't even know what it's a vodka seltzer.
All right,
Another thing
we'll give him a little,
yes.
look at that, natural beverage. That's pretty cool actually. Oh, I want to film
just
our,
ding,
yeah.
ding, let's put it in auto
so
drive.
you know about it.
Yes.
Oh, there you go. I usually surprise my guests about the Tesla full self-driving,
Yes.
but I do have it. What does a procedure like a BBL cost, and what's the downtime?
I don't really know what the downtime or anything like that is, but I do know like certain things because a few of the girls I know have had them. But they have to gain weight because they have to gain like 30 pounds or whatever.
Whoa.
So, yeah, because they suck it out of their arms and their legs and their stomach. And they get it injected all into their butt because they want to want to use their own fat.
So it's not
like
silicone.
It's not like an implant. No.
Okay, so
no. And then
Wow.
now and there's also like ab etching where they'll actually lipo out abs, and a lot of like you can't tell nowadays.
they shape the abs of their body so
I'll
they look.
show you a few girls who have it, and you will not even be able to tell that they have ever had it.
Wow.
Like some of these are so good.
What's
like-
more common, breast implant or a butt implant?
Oh, but definitely boobs. Still
Yeah?
boobs for sure.
Boobs
yeah,
are the winners?
Yeah, for
There you
sure.
go.
Excuse me. I definitely think that BBLs were bigger back then, like even like 4 years ago. But nowadays, like a lot of the girls who have BBLs or had BBLs, they actually regret them because they can't fit in they can only fit in like Fashion Nova outfits, certain specific outfits, because their body doesn't fit the shape of, you know,
big booty.
Yeah, but like they have to have like the curvy outfits. I know quite a few girls who really regret it.
Really?
And, yeah,
Wow,
and then
that's
it's
interesting.
like sexualized, right? Because their body is shaped a certain way.
The hourglass body.
Yeah, they attract like a certain type and everything else. I know a few girls who they don't like them.
What about
Like
on the face? What's more common, nose surgeries or lip injections?
Oh, lip injections for sure. But there's a lot nowadays actually that has become a lot popular, is the hairline reduction. So they take the hairline and they bring it down.
What
Yeah. Well, because they don't like how big their forehead is.
for? What?
So they.
How do you do that?
So
they move your scalp down? Or?
Yes, kind of. Yes.
Don't bullshit.
No, I'm serious. So they
Oh
take
my
out a section in the front of your forehead and they bring your scalp down. Yeah.
You're saying there's an insecurity about the width of your forehead that some people
Yes.
remove part
There
of it.
is jawline. There is.
I can understand jawline.
Yeah.
I've never heard of somebody like my forehead is too large. What?
Yes. Also, like in between here, like the width, the length in between here. There's
How do you remove this width?
They cut out a piece, a chunk, and then sew it back up.
So is it better to have more or less?
So supposedly less is more youthful. So they cut out the little piece.
So
and
the closer your nose to your lip
Yes.
is the best.
Yes. Like there's all sorts of things. Like it's crazy, especially once you start getting into it. Like there's so many things that women want to change. That's why honestly my job is so difficult nowadays, because a lot of these women too, like I will only edit to a certain extent.
They
Like-
ask you to kind of airbrush. I was gonna get into that part of the
Yeah.
of the business.
Yes. Yeah.
The airbrushing, because sometimes it's too much. Like what's real, what's not. Do people have unrealistic expectations? Do women feel even more insecure? And I'm talking about outside women who look at these beautiful women. Do the insecurities grow because they can never be like that?
There's it like I have a line that I just don't cross, where, you know, there's certain things that and my edit, or there's only a certain amount of editing that I will do. I will not take you to the point where you don't even look like yourself. Like I've actually turned away clients before who have wanted extreme amounts of editing, and I'm like, I won't do that. Like, because this is the other thing, it's my brand, it's my work, it's my representation, right? But like now with all these filters and all these added apps and stuff like that, these women sometimes I feel like have an altered reality of what they actually look like sometimes.
All these filters. So
Yeah.
do you in advance tell them like, I'm only gonna edit this much, or like how does that process work? Because
Normally it's pretty good, like, because I never really get anybody who, like I said, I've only had like maybe 1 or 2 people where I've been like, no, I'm sorry. Like that
ahead of time, before you even took the
No,
pictures.
it was after. It was after. And like I said, in 12 years, I've only had 2 people where I've been like, no, I'm sorry. Like, I'm not editing you even more. Like, you don't look like yourself.
And because it affects your brand. Of
course
right?
it does.
And it's also your work to
Yes.
showcase this
Yeah.
person in this way. And if
Yeah.
it looks like somebody else, you'd be like,
You're gonna
Well,
tag me in
yeah.
that? Like, no.
That's not my work. Yeah.
No, exactly.
Got
It
got
got
it.
to the point where it was like, she wanted me to take her from, like, a size, I don't even know what size, but like a larger size all the way down to like an extra small. And I tried to kind of explaining to her, like, listen, like, you know, you have to remember too that people do know what you look like, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with nipping and tucking here, and like, you know, if you have like the girls wearing like a what the that was random. Sorry. I was like, okay, yeah, that did happen.
Just
okay. But where they have like their clothes are cutting into them and it's like kind of popping out. Yeah, of course I'm gonna tuck that stuff in. No problem. Like the
what
little.
does that mean? Their clothes are popping in.
So if they're if they're wearing like a tight, say they're wearing like a bikini and the strings are crisscrossed or whatever, right?
Okay.
And you know where it like cuts in and then you get the bloop out the side.
Okay.
Like the armpit.
Something pops out. Okay.
No, like
Because tight.
Right?
Okay.
Like, you know what I mean?
So
you
you
know
just
if
go like
I,
shoop.
yeah, so I
like
just kind of
zoop.
boop, pop that in. Yeah, of course,
Okay.
absolutely.
Okay, yeah, that, there's nothing you can do about that. So yeah,
No,
that's an easy.
Yeah,
thing.
exactly.
But to change, so do people ask you to change the color of my hair or my eyes or
no, nothing like that. Nothing crazy like that. Like
anything
I
that's
said,
drastic like that?
No, I won't do that because it's just once again, it's my work, and I really want to. I don't want to go down that road either. That's not my brand. That's not my. I want it to be like what I love to say this, and I feel like it's really fitting, but I want my photos to be a healthy ego boost for you. I want you to feel like a little bit of a glamorized version of you, but still you, right? To give you that, wow, that's me.
Where you don't feel it's like that's not me. But, okay, that's awesome.
That's
so you bring the
me.
best out of women, and that's a great thing to do, especially right now when there's.
Yes.
I feel women are being attacked now in this society. And
Yeah.
just
It's real.
I'm like, women, you guys gotta step it up because people are taking over your trophies. They're taking over your bathrooms. They're taking. I was like,
I know. It's crazy. We are living in crazy times right now. Like even you go on the news and you'll find just stories that are just outrageous. Like this mom who left her little baby. It was like 6 weeks old, her 6 weeks old baby, and left her for 10 days, 12 days. The poor baby died. But it was like, because she wanted to go on vacation. It's just like, you know, where is society right now? Where is the compassion? Where is the love? Where is the empathy? Like, we need more of that nowadays. Everybody is always like fighting with people or there's always negativity out there. It's very easy to find. Whereas now, like, we need more positive reinforcement, positive love, support, just general love. Just
gratitude starts with a little bit of gratitude and empathy. And right now, a lot of people have
me, and entitled.
It's so easy to talk shit, behind a keyboard, hiding in your mama's basement,
100%.
Do you get creepy DMs?
Oh, I do, of course. Yeah. And you know how many times people they think I'm a dude. they don't know.
Because your name is AJ.
I know.
And then they're like, I don't know, but they must see your picture.
Well, okay. I mean, it hasn't been like lately that hasn't happened. But before, when like a few years ago, before I kind of like blew up a little bit, they all thought I was like a guy, and they'd be like, "Hey man, you should send me those, blah blah blah, like send me those girls' pictures."
And these are your friends they're talking about.
Nope,
Block,
not happening.
Sorry, get out of your mama's basement and find a job.
Yes. I find that there's a lot of haters out there, and not necessarily, like, I have had a really, really great, knock on wood.
I'll help you with that.
I've had a really great fan base. I've had a really great client base.
So people don't talk shit on the pictures, like...
No.
on some of the girls that be like, oh, that's fake, or she's only looking for this, or let's talk about OnlyFans, because that's a whole new industry that I know very little bit, but I do know what it is.
Yeah.
And I've seen recently like celebrities might be pivoting into that, because I don't know if there's additional.
Yes.
It's a revenue source, revenue stream.
Yes, absolutely. It's not, so OnlyFans really exploded during COVID. I was busy every day during COVID.
Really?
Shooting.
People would call you?
I made the most money of my life during COVID.
How much did you make?
I'm not disclosing, but I definitely...
Give me a figure. Give me some range in a year.
100% well over 6 figures.
Oh, yeah.
Well over.
Okay.
So
this is so good.
COVID was a great time for me, but it was, once again, it was a lot of people who were lonely. It was really sad too, because people were wanting to connect and wanting to connect with people, whether it be through chat. I mean, we were restricted, shut down, right? Except for in my industry, I mean, we still were working, photographers were still working, still creating, right?
And you had your own business, you connected. I had a guest here. He's like a Las Vegas influencer, and he said, I started doing content during COVID when right now the strip was completely empty and it looked like ghost town. So I would drive by and film, and it looked like a movie set. Yeah. And now he blew up, and just like you, like it's just filming like the craziness that we live. Like people are gonna be reading COVID years in history books.
I know.
And I was like, you're not gonna change it, because I lived there. I know how it was. Like you guys made kids wear masks. Like it's crazy. Now they're behind in school. They couldn't really read. It was unnecessary. You force these things. Like
there was a lot of
fucked
damage.
Up times.
That really was. And
Canada is fucked up.
Canada was even worse.
Oh my god, it was one of the worst around the world. And I was like, man, Canada's really like.
And he's still trying to push.
Well, he controlled. Yeah, he held on tight. It's been 40 years.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
So that was definitely tough. But you made most of your money, and a lot of the career sort of like growth was during the COVID years.
Well, that's when I really stepped into OnlyFans. I had never done OnlyFans actually, or photographed OnlyFans before COVID. I
thought OnlyFans were videos and cameras.
So it was before COVID. OnlyFans was more of like porn or more of like sexy stuff. COVID hit, it drifted away from porn and was actually more of like photos and chatting and messaging. Got and it. Stuff
That's what
like
I thought it always was. That it was like a cam girl that you talk to, you paid $10
it is.
I don't know how much.
It is like that, and there's like photos and videos and whatever else. But now it's a whole other world where it's like, now you could have one and I could have one, and it's just
Guys can?
Yeah.
OnlyFans accounts.
Yes. But it's your behind the scenes of hey, you never know.
40 and fit.
Yes.
That's my OnlyFans. I'm just kidding.
But even still, it's like, but it's not sexy. It doesn't have to be like that. It's more or less like the behind the scenes of your life. Like that's the other way that it's kind of switched too. So
how is it different from Instagram or from TikTok or from my stories or?
Well, they have to pay to see inside your life, right? And then that's the other thing too.
Really?
Yes.
And people make money?
Of course they do.
Good amounts?
Yes, I have. So I had one client, and she was this was during COVID, and she was making $12,000 a day.
No way. I thought you were gonna say a month. I was gonna be like, holy shit, that's a lot of money.
No, $12,000 a day. And then there's another person who I know, and she does not do any sexy photos, only shows like her back. So if she were to be doing a pose, maybe with like no top, but you would just see her back, and she
not her face.
But like her like over her back. So no like front, And
Really, no nudity.
no nudity, and does like sexy dances, and she made $1 million in 3 months. And then
I don't understand. I
I
want to
know.
start taking off my shirt on these shows.
you don't, but this is the thing. Like, if you have like a platform, you really should think about it, because it's not necessarily, you got to switch up the mindset of it being something sexual, because it's really not. It's just in behind the scenes of your life. It's just to the access to what you're doing and how you do it, and you know, whether it be your setup, it's very much a business. It really is.
Would you let your daughter be in OnlyFans?
Depends. Like, what is she doing? Is she doing modeling and stuff like that? Like we were just talking about, like BTS, where it's like her and her life, like what we were discussing, where it's not anything sexual and it's just simply that. Yes, but if it was, I mean,
Can she make $1 million with behind the scenes? Can you make $12,000 a day showing your shoulder?
Okay, well, see, showing your shoulder. So, okay, but this is the thing. The girl who was making $12,000 a day, she did have a platform, but also too, she wasn't doing any nudity. It was sexy photos, and that was it. It wasn't even nudity or nothing.
So you have access when you pay, it's like a subscription, and
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden you get the album or whatnot.
Yeah.
But
so
you don't talk to them. It's not a webcam.
You can talk to them through chat. Yeah.
There's no video.
Well, you can pay to have them send you a video, right?
Oh,
and
okay.
then
So it's not like a cam.
you're thinking
I'm
of like
obviously
a cam girl.
Well, that's what I thought OnlyFans
Yeah,
was.
yeah, no. So it's like, so what I would do is we would shoot, so we would block off a 4-hour time slot. We would shoot like 8 to 10 different sets of, so one outfit in red lingerie, one outfit in white lingerie, blah, 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 all different outfits. And then they go in and turn and sell it on their site, right?
Oh my God, that's brilliant. So they'll hire you.
Yes.
They pay you your fee.
Yeah.
You shoot for 4 hours,
Yeah.
bunch of different outfits.
Yeah.
And then they would go into their OnlyFans account, and then they would sell the subscription to my naughty Christmas outfits, to my
Exactly.
whatever
Exactly.
happy Halloween. Okay.
Exactly. And I like,
Wow.
yeah, I know, right? It was very, and it was good too, not saying anything like against like males or anything like that, but like females feel more comfortable shooting with other females. It's
Of course.
it's common sense. Like it's understandable.
I think, yeah.
we pee in the bathroom at the same time.
Yeah.
like,
Oh, you guys
know.
do it? Like, you guys get so
Well,
close?
sometimes when you
women,
go, yeah, right? When you go out to the bar
Like,
or whatever,
Yeah,
right?
my girl like says like, oh yeah, we were changing and everything, bro. I was like, you changed like in front of your girlfriend? She's like, yeah. I was like,
What?
and I was like, I don't like take off my boxers in
Yeah.
front of my guy friends.
Yeah, right?
Like yeah, they saw me like fully like
Yeah.
naked, the whole thing. She's like,
We
yeah,
share
and-
stalls.
yeah.
We share bathroom
and she
stalls.
goes like, she's acting like I'm crazy, and I'm thinking like, what would happen if like my guy friends, I just walk in like
Yeah.
with my thing, just hanging out. Like,
yeah.
they'd be like, what
What are you
is
doing?
wrong with you?
It's a whole other level.
But see,
It's
I think that
sisterhood.
has to do with the level of trust that you guys have for each other, and how much you, trust and respect each other, and whatnot.
There's a whole sisterhood thing that goes on there.
When
There's-
you go out here in Vegas, do you bring some of your model friends here with you? You guys go out and party?
No, I actually, so I don't drink.
You don't drink either?
I don't drink. No, I've never done drugs. I smoked weed once when I was 16.
Okay, so you didn't live it and then say, okay, I did it enough.
Yeah, no. I smoked weed once, but I'm pretty sure it was laced with something. Because I saw a little blue girl like walking through walls and shit. I'm pretty sure it wasn't weed. So
That don't look at weed. That was the
No,
devil's lettuce.
I know. So I never touched it again. I was like, nope, I'm good, thank you.
I never did any hard drugs.
No, never.
No
Never.
ecstasy.
No, never. I haven't done anything.
You missed out on that one.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding, though. You know, EDC is coming next week. here,
I know. I have
So
a
get
few
ready for
clients
some-
who I'm going to be shooting.
Oh, you are?
Yes.
EDC outfits?
Yeah.
Oh, I want to
Yeah.
see that photo shoot.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you need an assistant?
Assistant. Hey.
That's gonna be so great
boy.
because I love the outfits for EDC.
It's
Like I think
crazy.
they're so
Yeah.
creative and colorful and fun
Yeah.
and
Burning Man is
and
really
sexy.
cool too.
I bet Burning Man is cool too.
That's one place that I'd really like to see. Just like all the art and architecture and things that people make, I think it'd be amazing. I still haven't went, but
why
that's
why
on my
don't you
bucket
drink
list.
or?
You know, it's nothing like it's nothing against drinking or anything like that. It's just that I fucking hate hangovers. Like I can't do it. And if I drink, I'm like, it's the best. It's awesome.
Until it's not.
Until it's like fucking day 3 and I'm still nursing a hangover.
I wake up, I'm
do
like, I'm so grateful that I woke
Yes.
up without a hangover today. That's great.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So,
that's a great reason to not drink. Honestly, that
Yeah.
enough is great. Your productivity goes up. All of a sudden, you have more money in your pocket because you didn't spend it on an $1,800 bottle, of Grey Goose.
Right?
When you go out here, is it just you and your husband?
I go
or?
for food.
You're a foodie.
I'm a huge foodie.
Okay.
I love food.
Let's rank it by type of food: Greek, Italian, Mediterranean, Mexican. Like, what is your favorite food?
Honestly, I love everything. There is nothing that I don't like. I like vegetables. I like everything. Meat. There's nothing off. Oh,
Okay.
except for oysters. I don't,
don't like oysters?
No.
Not even Rockefeller with a little cheese on top, or like.
No.
There's
Like,
no. And you've had them. You've tried them.
I have.
Okay.
I have. I've had escargot. Like I've
So just oysters long.
just oysters.
But it's an
I don't-
aphrodisiac. Like it'll spice up the sex life.
I don't need that. I'm okay. I'm good.
You're like, listen, that part
Like,
don't need no help.
Like
me?
slurping that
Yeah.
and slurping it down, it's just no. Did you ever see the video of the poor girl who tried it for the first time and she like vomited it out? I'll send it to you. It's actually
We'll put
really
it right
hilarious.
here.
She was
Gabby.
trying so hard to take it and no. it
So
was
the
nothing.
texture is a little weird, but there's people that like order a dozen.
Yeah.
Like before their meal, they go like, give me half a dozen. They'll
Yeah, good for
give me
them.
another half a dozen.
No.
And they're
absolutely
expensive too, and they the
Are
different
they?
ones.
not.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
No,
you don't
I'm
order
good.
them, so,
No, I
so
have
there you
no
go.
idea.
Our favorite food is sushi, so we love sushi places.
Yeah.
And there's some foo-foo sushi places in Vegas with the gold flakes and everything.
Catch.
I've been to Catch, so the
Yeah.
Catch is great. There's one here actually at the Aria,
Okay.
too. But I've also been to amazing like all-you-can-eat sushi places for like $30 that are just awesome here in Vegas. So I think Vegas has some of the best like
Food.
places for food. Yeah.
I know. Have you went to Foodie? Did you go to Foodie Land this year?
No, I did not.
Oh,
I'm not that big of a foodie like you. Like I eat for the nutrients, but I do enjoy some good sushi. So what's Foodie Land?
Foodie Land was like a month ago, and it was this food festival. We went and we ate like there was outrageous food, like some of the like a ramen burger where it was like ramen noodles were the bun, but they were like cooked and deep fried with a Wagyu burger patty. It was so fucking good.
That sounds like you need to be high to
I
eat this.
know.
And you're in such good shape, and
I
you don't
know.
smoke like nothing. The math ain't mathin' now.
The math ain't mathin'.
Oh my god.
But
Okay,
it's-
so you're a big foodie.
I love food.
How
I
about
love
sweet
food.
foods like candy
Every-
and stuff like that?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes. Like there's really nothing. I love sushi. I love steak tartare is one. So
amazing.
Hell's Kitchen has one of the best.
I've never been to Hell's Kitchen.
Really?
It's
Oh,
just
we
like
have
it's so booked so far out that I've never like
You can usually get in. Like you usually call and
you can.
no. No. Like
Until my OnlyFans kicks off, you know,
Yes.
I won't get, into a Hell's Kitchen right away.
Well, we will have to go. We will definitely have
Okay,
to go.
we'll do
Yeah.
like a little double date. That'd be great.
And,
Okay,
but the
perfect.
steak tartare is amazing.
Mhm.
The lobster risotto
Okay,
is
that I will go for it. I
It's
do like
so
lobster
good.
risotto.
Beef Wellington is amazing there.
Well, that's his big thing, right?
Yeah.
Beef Wellington.
Oh, it's good. It's good food, and it's consistent too. Like every single time that I've went there, it's been the exact same.
Is that
so
one of your
good.
best restaurants?
Yes, but there's also there's a tapas place that is over by our house in Summerlin, and it is phenomenal.
What is it called?
I wish I could tell you.
Tapas place.
I
There's
will
one that
find
I've
out.
been to, but in Summerlin, I'm trying to think.
But
I think Summerlin.
It was so good. And there's also an amazing ramen place as well. It's actually ranked like #1 ramen place in Vegas.
All right, I gotta hit you up.
Yeah.
Now that I got your number.
I have like a list of food places. I do. I really do.
Do you guys go out to eat like once or twice a week, or how's that?
Yeah, we try and do that. Yeah, just somewhere new, somewhere different. There's also another really good place over by in the Arts District, and it's beautiful. It has like flowers, and they have the most amazing stuffed French toast.
Oh, I'm not big on
Really
the
good.
sweets.
No, you don't like sweets?
Whenever I go to breakfast, my wife says like you live like you're in prison. Like you like the hard mattress in our
Oh.
bed. You want no air. You close the windows. You eat like no butter, no bland. You just eat
Really?
like. She's like, Chava, like you can.
Yeah, indulge.
And I'm fine. Like it's just preferably like I close the windows. Turn off the fan even when it's hot.
Yeah.
Our mattress is like firm. She's like, we bought this really nice mattress and I put it in the other guest room.
Aw.
And
So what do you like to eat then? What is your...
I do love sushi.
Okay.
But for breakfast, like when I go to a breakfast place, it almost invariably I end up getting like some type of like egg white omelet with vegetables. That's almost invariably what I always get.
Yes.
And I try. Oh, I love chilaquiles. Oh, I do love chilaquiles. That's like
Okay.
this Mexican dish. If I was gonna try it, I would do it. But most of the time, probably like maybe. I can't think of a single time in my life where I've ordered a French toast for breakfast and like paid for it.
Really?
Like,
oh my gosh.
and there's
that's
this
crazy.
really cool, and I see them. They come out with like
Yeah, it's
colorful
all fancy,
pancakes and
yeah.
con, and I almost want to order it, but I
Yeah.
know I know I won't eat it. I know
Yeah.
I won't. Maybe that's good. I won't. You know,
Yeah.
I won't get like diabetes or something. I don't know. But
Yeah.
I do see there's some crazy shit that people
Yeah.
fried. And the
Oreos,
deep
deep
butter,
fried Oreos.
deep fried butter stick. Like what the fuck? Okay,
That's weird.
there's gotta be a doctor next to it. It's gotta come
Yeah.
with a note like that says this is risky. Do
this
not
will
eat this.
clog your arteries immediately.
It's a butter stick, deep fried. You should not eat that.
Yeah.
So at these food festivals, I'm sure there's like a lot of cool
Oh.
things that people like kind of eat and try and do it and.
The place is full of diabetes, I
Yeah,
swear.
and Vegas is such a great fun city for that. Like
Yeah.
it's just it's so lively. It's
I
such a great
know.
place.
It really is. We've really found home here. And the people are so great. They're really, really nice. They really are.
I wanna pause you. When you see like girls like that in the fantasy in that photo shoot,
Yes.
do you criticize it? Do you see like that's not a good angle?
I have that. I do. I go like in the mall. I will see a blow
You see
up
photo shoots
and
of
I'll
somebody.
see it and I'll like find stuff that they've missed or that they've forgotten to edit.
Oh, you do? Right now I
And
was
I'm
saying like the
oh.
Rouge, the girls and everything.
Yeah.
Do you guys go to shows here in Vegas?
Yeah, so we've been to Cirque du Soleil, Absinthe. Absinthe is
I haven't been
amazing.
to Absinthe.
I've
been to many shows, but not Absinthe.
So good.
Okay,
so
okay,
good.
that's great.
They're
We saw
added
Rouge,
to our-
that was great.
Add it to the double date. We'll hit up Hell's Kitchen, and then right
Oh, it's
across,
right
the,
across the
street
street.
is right there.
Okay, for
Absinthe.
sure.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
down. I'm
yeah.
down.
It's-
We'll connect our schedules.
Definitely.
There's a thing on Mondays now, because usually Mondays it's dead in Vegas.
Yeah.
Have you heard of Mondays Dark?
No.
Okay, so this is the secret. I just found out about this thing.
Okay.
It's called Mondays Dark. It's a special show that is 100% given to a charity.
Oh.
The goal of this show every other Monday is to raise $10,000 So the ticket is $20 and they have 500 seats and they sell out all the time.
Wow.
And they use all the performers from the strip, the best acrobatics, the best Cirque du Soleil people, the best musicians, the best artists, the best comedians, and they give their time to charity. And every other Monday they perform a show that's different, and it sells out, and then they donate the entire money to a charity.
That's really cool. Isn't
that an amazing idea?
Really cool. Where is that?
It's at the Space. I just found out about this like literally like this week, and they've been doing it for 10 years, and I'm like, how do I not know about this?
Yeah.
They're like, some people can't afford to pay $150 to go see a Cirque du Soleil show, or the performer, the comedian. So I brought everybody from the industry, and this guy's awesome. Mark, shout out to you for doing this.
That's amazing.
And they give it out to you know, to a charity.
Yeah.
And when he started, he's like, I literally had to beg people to take my money. I was like, I'm trying to give you money. And now he's got like a wait list of like 300 charities that want to be part of it. So for 10 years he's been doing this, and still people like you and I who just moved in here and
I had no clue.
Enamored about everything else. Like there's these kinds of things where we can go, have a great time. It's always different, and support, you know, a charity.
That's very cool. That's
cool,
very,
right?
very cool.
So that's on a Monday, and I was saying Monday because her days off are Sundays and Mondays, and that's usually when I have like a breather.
Yes.
What's your days off? When do you film?
Oh, it's all over the place. It's scattered. I don't have a set schedule. I don't have like a Monday to Friday and take weekends off.
Because you said it yourself, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, correct. And there's also like certain things where certain clients, like I have to fly to Texas here in 2 days because my client, those are the only days that work for her, right?
Okay.
Which would be the Sunday to the Wednesday, I think, 12th to the 14th. But all of a sudden, so it's never, I have to work around my client's schedule more than they have to work around me, right? It's just, it works. It's always been like that.
Do you ever think that you would go back to modeling, and would you?
No.
Would you be in front of a camera?
No.
All right, yeah, in front of a camera anymore? No?
No. I'm so, like, I was so nervous to even just do this because I'm never in front of the camera.
So there's not a photographer that you say, like, I love his or her work. I wouldn't mind if she takes a few pictures, or he or she takes a few pictures of me.
No.
You're like, I put on selfie timer and I'll do it myself.
Good. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, no. I just, it's one of those things where I know that I need to be in front of the camera more. I was doing it for a while while I was in LA. And then, I don't know, my dad was in like a horrible accident. He was hit by a train.
Oh my God.
Yeah. He,
is he alright? Is this years ago?
He survived. It was 2 years ago now, and the kid was asleep. The 24-year-old was asleep behind the train, and he didn't put the arms down and the lights on.
Oh my God! So he kept going, and
so Dad just kept going, and he hit him directly on the driver's side door. And Dad did end up like dying and having to be resuscitated. He had a 5% chance of living, and he's my miracle man. He's my miracle man, and he's on the road to recovery. He just had one of his last surgeries. But right.
What's your dad's name?
Jim.
I'll do a prayer for Jim.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Prayers work, you know?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And so it's funny you say that. When he was going in and we just found out about it, I mean, I can kind of laugh at it now. Not laugh, but so me and my husband, we were at the gym when, and my husband got the phone call, and I'm on the gym and I'm kind of running and doing my thing on the treadmill, and my husband's like, we gotta go, and he's like yelling at me, right? And I'm like, okay, like, all right, fuck, like,
Breaking a sweat, but
do you have
alright.
to,
Yeah.
do you have to poo? Like, what's up? So I'm like,
I
all
just
right.
started.
So I know, right? So I you know, I'm like not taking my time, but I'm like shutting my machine down, stuff like that. And he's like, we gotta go now. And I'm like, okay. And I'm walking, and the guy beside me was like, are you okay?
Oh, because he thought that he was
thought
like...
it was like domestic
Yeah.
violence. And I was like,
Good for
no,
him for saying something.
It is good, but it was like, I'm like, no, I'm not. It's
Uh-huh.
okay, but thank you. And I get outside, and he's like, your dad has been in a horrible accident. And I was like, oh my God. Like, it was your whole world changes. Everything changes. And like I was telling you before, we're so close. We're such a close family. Like, when we lived in Canada, we would see my mom and dad five times a week, easy. Like, almost every day. And yeah, the accident really made me completely withdraw from social media and really take a step back and just focus solely. I mean, I dropped everything. I stopped photography. I stopped working. I just was by his bedside and helped heal him and get him back to, he came and lived with us because my mom couldn't take care of him because, I mean, she's older, so of course, like, just getting him in and out of bed, stuff like that, like, it was hard. It was really hard.
So his mobility was completely compromised.
So he smashed his whole femur. He broke his femur, his tibia, fibia. He broke his ribs. He fractured his C6 and C7. He suffered a minor stroke. He died on the hospital bed. The impact alone from how strong the hit was, the sheer force severed his main artery to his heart.
He was hit by a train.
Exactly. So it really, he was just really messed up. And like I said, he had about a 5% chance of living, and he's one strong farm boy. But going back to about prayer, you know, and everybody believes in everything and their own beliefs, you know, higher power, the universe, whatever. When my dad got hit, I put a thing out on Facebook, or Instagram, sorry. I put a thing out on Instagram, and I just asked for everybody to just please, like, say a prayer for him, put him in your well wishes. And I believe in the power of people and the power of energy, and I still to this day think that really, with the skilled hands of the doctors and a number of different things, it helped. It really, because he shouldn't be here. You look at everything and he shouldn't be
Prayer
here.
creates miracles,
Right.
And
he's my little miracle man.
And when you have multiple people
I had
sending the prayers,
so many
the energy.
people.
There's actually studies, you know, when big catastrophes happen, you know, at a global level, you can sense and actually measure some of these things. Like when 9/11 happened, you know, across the world, you can measure people's perception of, you know, their life and where they are at. And when something like that happens and you ask people to, all of them converge in one single point of prayer, that's amazing.
Powerful.
Yeah. I'm so glad he's doing Jim.
Yeah, Jim's doing good. He's doing good.
Keep at it, Jim. Keep at it, Jim. That's so amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know.
What an awesome chat I have with you. Like, you are a special, like, person.
Thank you.
You are equally nice, but equally, like, vulnerable and open and honest, and Amy has said great things about you, but now I understand it. Like, everybody says their best friend is the best friend,
Right.
but you are a remarkable like human being, a professional, freaking talented, you know, humble. I mean, that's really, really cool. And
thank
now that
you.
we're neighbors, we're gonna be going out for some
That's
sushi.
right.
We're gonna be going out for some dinners.
Yes.
Um,
I'd love that.
I'll finish with like, what are some of the plans that you have for your future, for your brand and your company?
I just wanted to say thank you for having me, and that was very, very, very sweet of you. I really do appreciate your words, and I appreciate your time and you taking the time to interview me. Thank you for that.
Oh, I appreciate it. Well,
No.
thank you so much. Well, this has
course.
been another episode of CEO in Motion
Yes.
with Ashlee.
I'm
She
like-
doesn't have a website, guys, so
No
find her
website.
on Instagram,
Instagram.
at AJK Photography.
Photography. Yes, correct.
That's
Yeah.
it. I almost
Alright.
said .com, but
No.